In contrast to the rooms above, this area is dark and filthy. This must be where the fire was 5 years ago. I feel like I can smell the soot just by looking at where the wall. I can feel like I can smell the soot just by looking at the walls here. Nageki threw himself into the sea of fire here to end the experiments. I wonder what I would have done in this place. Would I have ended it all like him, or...
You're late, Mr. Kawara. I have grown tired of waiting. The Dark Sorcerer, Wallenstein. Doctor.
It wasn't just the end. You killed the headmaster as well. If it weren't for you, the boy who went outside wouldn't have been... Why are you doing this?
Must I repeat myself? I told you before, I merely dismembered Miss End after the fact. I did not kill her. Disassembled whatever.
Do you think I care?
It would appear that you need some assistance. I told you before, but you should already have everything you need to answer your question. Who killed the End? Do not listen to the Dark Sorcerer's words, Textoris Melodia Funis. He will lay a spell on you. Perhaps the Peanut Gallery could keep its thoughts to itself.
An iron grill drops behind me, like an evil wizard's portcullis. I'm cut off.
Oh dear, we appear to be shut in. No, the dark spell!
What are you doing?
Nothing at all. I simply have no business with them. I was waiting for you, Mr. Kawara. Now, let us return to our conversation.
Yeah, that'll stop them from talking. Metal bars!
Our conversation about the truth you seek.
You have done unbelievably cruel things, Doctor. You were involved in the medical center here, too. Nothing you can say to me will change my mind.
How pugnacious of you. But you are lacking in logic. What I may or may not have done has little to do with the truth of my words. I was employed at this facility from the beginning. No doubt you have already deduced that I was working on Operation Hatoful.
Operation Hatoful? The plan to wipe out humanity with the Charon virus.
Precisely. Oh, it does make me so happy when students read ahead and come prepared for the lecture.
You were a nurse.
You are exemplary. The strain we isolated from the original host was extremely powerful. Quite possibly the deadliest in human history. However, strains of such lethality tend to be fragile themselves. Charon virus was no exception. It cannot last very long outside of a host's body. In order to deliver it to the enemy, we would have had to send live carriers into their society and allow it to spread via airborne infection. This proved troublesome. Charon virus, in addition to being harmless to birds, is ill-equipped to establish itself in our bodies. Fujishiro Nageki, the original host, had a rare genetic condition which resulted in a slightly compromised immune system. In his body alone was Charon able to safely reside. Alas, he refused to cooperate.
You forced him to kill human prisoners. If it weren't for your experiments, he never would have killed himself.
Indeed. It had not occurred to us that the tests of the strain's effects would harm his mental health. We expected that he would be glad of the chance to avenge himself on humanity, but sadly it was not so, and we lost our sample. The project was put on indefinite hold with his death. But thankfully, we did not lose his corpse in its entirety. I preserved his remains and have kept them to this day. I have been waiting for a new carrier to arrive.
Fuck. Wouldn't happen to be the bird who always goes to the nurse's office, would it?
Who's sick all the time?
Whose mother also happens to be sick all the time. As if it's a genetic thing. He inherited genetic... I'm gonna die.
It sounds like this was a very labor-intensive project.
Another bird who was just so happened to be invited to the school.
Wasn't there a better way? Quite right. I digress a little, but there was a reason for our methods. It did not take me long to come up with a better plan. We need only compromise the subject's immune system, creating a compatibility like Fujishiro Nageki's.
Compromise the immune system? They die!
Indeed, even if the subject were able to become a carrier for the Charon virus, if they died to some other infection, it would all be for naught. Which is why I was very careful with who I chose. I worked on the subject over time, slowly weakening his immune system. I suppose I should count myself lucky that I achieved my goal in only a year.
Yep.
You are an exemplary student, Mr. Kawara. I give you full marks.
Which means the end died. Because she was hanging out with us, me, Ryuta, and the doctor, I guess to hide evidence, had him and Yyyeah cut her up. But I don't know why they'd hide her around the school at that point. That's beyond me. Full marks? My head hurts. Almost as if some strange creature is wriggling about deep inside my brain.
I think that's you, Ara.
Yeah, it's the end.
Are you okay, Ryota? Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright.
The end came to the infirmary. To see me?
You have come this far. I am sure you can answer this. What was it that you forgot? So Kazuaki wasn't lying after all.
Everything is hazy. I think my stomach is acting up again. I drank the medicine Dr. Iwamane gives me and lie down. But my body still feels heavy. I'm tired.
Are you okay, Ryota?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright.
The end is reaching toward me.
Want to go home? I'll lock you.
Her hand stops. The end falls to her knees, clutching her chest.
Ryota, I can't breathe.
Oh. She can't breathe. This is bad. Her mother said to get home early. Everything feels strange. Almost like it's a dream. I need to go home. Goodbye to the end. See you tomorrow.
He...
She fell down before my eyes. Then...
The experiment was a resounding success. Miss End displayed the I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. Archetypal symptoms of a human infected with Charon virus and passed away. Once the virus is inside a human body, it shuts down the respiratory system in a matter of minutes.
The Scarecrow made the same noise.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Ah, this fucking guy. Bird.
Technically speaking, it causes an overreaction of the immune system which leads to widespread apoptosis in the lungs, but more simply, any human who comes into contact with you will die. You see?
You're lying. The End and I were together since we were children.
Of course. I only administered the live virus to you yesterday. All the things I've done to you over the past year have been in preparation for it. Do you recognize this?
The Scarecrow's head?
Yes. Alas, the body is now useless, but I shall tell you about Labor 9, the being you call the Scarecrow. It is one of the Labor model new humans developed by Dove Party researchers, but denounced as unethical. We birds have advanced quickly, but our physical capabilities are still far behind those of the human race. These new creatures were livestock, if you will, to compensate for that. The Labor series was a great step towards the beautiful ideal of coexistence with humans. With a human's head mounted inside an artificial body, they were durable and capable of difficult tasks. Of course, they never entered development, the project having been shut down early due to ethical complaints. However, I carried on the Dove Party researchers' will and created this prototype to be my sidekick.
What a fucking nerd.
We didn't want too many other people snooping around and disrupting your investigation, so I had it patrol the building. And now, the next question. What is inside this bag?
A human's head?
No, close. But you have to be more specific.
Brain?
I believe we had Miss N's head sent to your classroom, but did you notice anything missing?
Missing? When I found her in the box, I was too shocked to be looking for clues. May well have missed something. Wait. He doesn't mean... The End's brain?
Correct. You do catch on quickly. Miss End did come to meet you quite frequently. Of course, having been placed in Labor 9, she had lost much of her personality.
Then she's... alive? But her body is gone. All that's left is her brain. Can we still call that alive? I think that's an ethical debate that this game is not suited to have.
Yeah.
Alive or not alive? I don't know anymore. Can you save her?
That is a difficult question. We tend to think of there being a definite border between life and death, but really it's quite vague.
Okay, we'll have that debate now, I guess.
Apparently. Her personality still remained in this world up until a few minutes ago.
Innits? Not minutes, innits.
But you gave poor Labor 9 quite a shock, shall we say. Alas, Miss N's brain is no doubt irreversibly damaged. The wonders of modern medicine can do nothing for her now but sigh and shake their heads. Yesterday her body, and today her mind. You are a far more twisted villain than I could ever hope to be, Mr. Kawara.
I've read a lot of shit in my life. Books,
But that's a lot of
visual
bullshit.
novels. That is some shit right there. Like, that's a genuine what the fuck right there.
Step on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I killed the end. It was my fault all along. Why did it have to happen this way?
This was all arranged for you. I had Labor 9, Mr. Sakazaki, and the headmaster help you along in your investigation. You are but one step from the end now, but not that the end.
Alright. Important distinction.
You must remember one more thing. What was it that you and Miss N told me long ago? Come, follow me.
He holds out his wing. What lies beyond here? The end is gone. No one who killed her was here from the beginning. I have nothing more to lose.
You are obedient, Mr. Kawara. Wait, Textoris Melodia Funis! The demon spores are the thickest that way. You will not be able to return. That's right. The doctor's probably going to do something unspeakably horrible to you, Kawara. Come back.
A little on the nose there, huh?
Thank you for bringing Mr. Kawara this far, you two. And now, goodbye. Oh dear. This looks bad. Do you suppose it's poison gas? His presence, mystic phantom, the avatar of miasma. You do take everything in stride, don't you, Higure?
Nageki?
I think it's still Ryuta, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is Nageki.
Well, I'll just read it, and we'll see what happens. Two humans lie in a twisted pile. They are the End's parents. I think this is definitely Nageki. She said they work as mediators between birds and humans. They were trying to say something to the humans barricaded on the other side of the wall. They received only bullets as a reply. The death of her parents became a signal. The birds surrounding the little house crossed the wall as one. I can hear gunfire from inside. What the fuck's going on? I hear gunfire from inside. I can hear humans and birds screaming.
I remember some radical humans just stormed the orphanage and started killing people.
I could do nothing but stand outside and watch. And then the stranger came and spoke to us.
Is there anything you desire? I will grant any wish for you. So tell me.
I answered, I don't want these things to happen anymore. My wish is for a world where humans and birds no longer fight. Even if I die, I want there to be peace. What the fuck's going on?
I don't know.
And the end continued?
And the end continued? Is she the one talking?
Oh, the meat.
What?
Wait. The end. Which one was the family name?
Don't know. Just maybe her name was a joke, I don't remember.
Miss End. No, I think End is the family name.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
I'm gonna keep reading this, and whatever happens, what happens.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh, no. Okay, this is the end, I think.
Okay. I agree. I would do anything to make Ryota's wish come true.
So Ryuta is the one who's narrating this flashback, while the doctor is talking to young Ryuta and the end. Man, they can just label this shit. It wouldn't even be a problem.
Yeah.
A stranger nodded. I think that's the doctor.
I don't think the doctor is even here. The stranger was...
whatever.
The stranger's the end.
No, because the stranger's talking to the two kids. Isn't he?
I don't think there were two kids.
Well, he's talking about... He asked one person, they answered, and then another kid said, I agree, I want Ryuta's wish to come true.
The end said, I agree, I want Ryuta's wish to come true, is what I thought.
Which means the first... Well, then there had been another kid's wish first, then. Because she was agreeing with another person's statement, and it wasn't the stranger's. Because the stranger asked about the wish.
I don't understand how this situation would have happened, but what I'm getting from this is that, like, the end... Because the end's parents were mediators.
Yeah.
And so the end was talking to Nageki, saying, like...
Well...
What...
But the stranger showed up, said something to these people... Said something... Someone responded, you know, I want this to stop. And then the end said, I agree. I want Ryuta's wish to become true. As well.
I don't know. I'm completely confused by the way they did this.
I don't know why
now.
they would just label this shit somehow. Regardless. I don't know what the fuck's going on, so...
I don't... It might be possible right now. Might not be possible right now, but one day...
This is the stranger. He's gonna make the wish come true, eventually, he says. So, it all ties together, or something. I don't know. They couldn't make this any more confusing if they tried. Yeah, so he did come up and talk to young Ryuta and young the End. The stranger did. Whoever that is. When we were children. That's right. That was you. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I got it.
I feel like I'd have to just reread that scene in its entirety to understand what just happened.
I think
that was the other thing you had forgotten.
So I guess humans took a place hostage, maybe related to Nageki, I don't know. The End's parents were mediators and died, and the doctor strolls up to young Ryuta and young the End and is like, hey, anything you want to happen, I can make happen. And little Ryuta's like, hey, I don't want this shit to happen anymore, even if it kills me. And the End is like, what he said. And the doctor's like, well, be careful what you wish for, because I'm going to make that happen now, and here we are. I think.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. You've remembered, I see.
8 years ago. Okay, so this happened before Nageki. A number of humans barricaded themselves in a building not far from where we lived. Okay. The End's parents were shot by the other humans, and many birds and humans were killed in the ensuing gunfight.
Okay, so the orphanage was stormed by humans, the End's parents were mediators, they were killed. Ryota and the End were nowhere near the orphanage, but the doctor showed up to them and was like, hey, yo.
What up? I'm gonna ruin your life. And I met the doctor. I asked for a world in which humans and birds no longer fight.
You and Miss End both said you would be glad to die to bring it about. And so I am carrying out your wish, just as you had stated it. Even symbiotic relationships are not free from strife. In order to end the wars between humans and birds forever, one race would have to be completely destroyed, you see.
Why did you choose me back then?
Choose you? Why did I ask you what your wish was, you mean? I assure you it was not a coincidence. I'm not so bored as to wander around granting wishes willy-nilly. I, too, had made a promise to grant your wish. The preliminary test yesterday was a resounding success. We need only transfer the original lysosomes from Fujishiro Nageki to you, and everything will be in place. I have granted your wish. Though I did make you jump through a few hoops so you would remember your wish and understand my intentions. It would be the least I could do to at least acknowledge all I have done for you,
I don't care about anything now. The end is gone. My wish has destroyed everything. Nothing good has ever happened. Is this what my life is to be like? I wish I had never been born. I don't want to see anything anymore.
Do not be anxious. You have no will to resist, so soon you will forget it all. Good night, Mr. Kawara. My crimson breast senses danger. Talking will just make it worse, Higure. Seems to be leaking in quite slowly. I'm glad we have a little more time, but it is getting hard to breathe. Wallenstein, you coward! Come out and fight!
Coo! Coo!
Hold on just a little longer. We'll get you out of there. I will try to open the cage. Oko, you see to the gas.
Cuckoo! Oko sword shall not fail! Dude, hang on. What the fuck?
Much better.
This whole game all of a sudden. I don't know how to feel about this payoff, because, like, half of it feels kind of smart, and then half of it feels like it came out of the fucking blue.
Yeah.
And that whole thing we had to read was just, like, really poorly executed. Oh.
No one can say you slack off as student president, Shirogane. The Crimson Breast shall not forget this. Are you two alone? Where did Kawara go?
How do they make a sequel to this?
I'm not sure.
What does it follow? What line here? Cuckoo? Were you separated? Did Ryota wander off and get lost?
No, he didn't. He got carried off by the doctor. Carried off?
Cuckoo! Oh no! No doubt the doctor is making him drink nasty protein supplements as we speak!
If we do not act soon, the funeral song shall herald the coming of the darkness. Why can you never speak in plain Japanese, miserable poltroon? He's saying that the doctor is planning to turn Kawara into a biological weapon. What? We can explain while we walk.
So Shu is actually like Albert Wesker.
I'm assuming I don't run out of breath.
Turning random people with the BOWs, man.
Very well, let us proceed.
I feel like we're really close to the end, so I'm trying to push it, like, just go, get this over with.
Yeah, it's just finale. The hurtful boyfriend of the movie.
Yeah, hurtful boyfriend of the movie.
Kawara, are you alive?
And boy, could you ever call Ryota the most hurtful of the boyfriends. Oh my goodness.
What the hell?
They put a fucking Photoshop filter over the bird.
I guess you were right about Albert Wesker, Jesus.
Yeah. You will give me an egg. Cool. Oko-san has a bad feeling about this. Ryota is not normal.
Miserable medical man, what have you done to him? Why, if it isn't the son of the noble Lebel family. What is one of your prestige doing here?
Translation, fuck you.
Your pathetic jabs mean nothing to me. What have you done to Kawara? I have granted his wish. That is all. It is almost 10. The human forces are gathered above.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
he's gonna
Yeah, I
wipe-
didn't even think of that either.
Oh.
That's what I thought when he was talking about, like, having be a biological. And he's like, he's gonna wipe out all the humans gathered out there.
Just forgot about the humans up there. I was a little preoccupied with what the fuck? So, oof.
Mr. Kawara must now return to the surface and begin the end of the human race. Kawara would wish for no such thing. He would never harm a human. Right, Kawara?
Not intentionally. Evil eyes.
It seems he is hesitant to agree with you. Bah! He has been swallowed by the demon spores. Our voices will not reach him. It is time for us to go. He has but little time left in this world and cannot afford to waste any of it. He has but little time. What does this mean? His duty now is to fly about the world, spreading the seeds throughout all of humanity. It will be a feat impossible for any normal rock dove. Of course, he will be shot at as well. If he were to fall from his wounds, he would die before completing his task.
Cool. Do not fear! Oko-san will stop Ryuta here and now! Evil eyes. Cool.
There he goes. Mr. Kawara has traded his free will for normally impossible physical tenacity. He's been brainwashed. We have to stop him and bring him back to his senses before he reaches the surface. But Oko is stronger than any of us, and he was sent flying just like that. Oh. How can we keep him here? Kawara is very strong, but lacks control right now, right? Maybe we should ask Higure. What? Him? He's nuts! Black Bean Donna. There he goes again, spouting nonsense. Wait, Kawara, stop! Oh dear, there goes Shirogane.
Oh dear.
The demon Red Eye speaks. Seal the disaster with the power of the Chosen One. Fight crazy with crazy. He's reacting. How is that frail Luzon able to affect him? What is he doing? Hypnotizing him. According to the documents back there, Higure has the ability to pull others into his own fantasies and break down their mental restraints. I was talking to the doctor about it earlier too. I think it's real.
It's nuts what shit ties into what in this game.
Mental restraints? Like how a desperate man can be stronger than usual? demon Red Eye heralds the awakening. By the power of the blood-stained hand, I seal the funeral song.
Ooh! Oko-san, attack! Oko-san cannot possibly lose in a fight with Ryota!
There we go, perfect. We're supposed to convince Ryota to stop while ourselves being drawn into some bizarre fantasy? This is madness! Don't think about the consequences, Shirogane. Just go along with it.
Okay.
Prepare yourselves. We fight brethren bound with the Red Lotus fetters.
Ryota Textoris Melodia Funis appears. So, one thing that I do think is really kind of funny is with all this other shit that ties together, I don't know if it's, I think it's an addition to the Steam version, but Azumi, or whatever the fuck her name is, route is all the more irrelevant.
Yeah. Textoris Melodia Funis, now is time to break Wallenstein's spell. Hear the call of the Red Lotus.
Son's turn. Thinking cuckoo. Coo. A violent Ryota is not a good Ryota. Come to your senses. Oh, teacher man. All right.
I don't know. We're all trying our best for you, Kawara. Come back to us. Pull yourself together.
Okay.
Do you not care? Do you plan to destroy all we've gained? Stop, Kawara! This is not the path you must travel! Oops, she had to step away.
She said it for just a second, so maybe we can just stall for a second here and see if she shows up.
See, you said Azami's route was like added to the Steam version?
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember.
I wouldn't know that. I mean, I could see that. It's just, like you said, it's kind of funny that it's just completely irrelevant to everything.
I don't remember hearing anything about it with the original version, which means I think it was just added for Steam. Which explains why it's irrelevant, but it's like utterly irrelevant.
Yeah.
Are you back, or yeah, you are. Hey, that's you.
Oh. Jeez, Ryota, you're causing every birdie trouble. I don't want to see you like this either. I'm the only Berserker class character this story needs.
But you're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. Wake up already, Ryota.
Ryota was defeated. Oh boy. And we started just talking about, because a zombie's route's like irrelevant to everything. Every other route at least clues you into the characters, and a zombie's just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think it was added to the Steam version, which explains why it's irrelevant, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kawara, pull yourself together. Do you want this?
No. I don't. Cuckoo! Ryota is a vegetarian and shouldn't exert himself! I don't want to make anyone sad.
The remitter reactivated. Fascinating. It should not have been possible for some hours yet. Disease is half in the mind, after all. Outlook is surprisingly important. I suppose this means my data was insufficient.
Happy reprisal music, yay!
Yeah.
This is the end, Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. Be judged by the Crimson Breast.
Wait. Intel. It's not just his fault.
Why do you protect him? He's the one who did this to you.
Tell me, Doctor. Why did you go so far to grant my wish?
Why did I grant your wish? My reason is nothing of note. It is not worth telling. This was merely an experiment that has now come to an end.
You must have had a reason. You aren't the sort to go around talking to children without some purpose. I want to know the answer to everything.
The answer is nowhere near as glamorous as you are expecting, I assure you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who called him Yyyeah again?
I don't remember. I know someone said it, but I genuinely don't remember.
Is it Shu that's Yyyeah? Or somebody else?
Jeez, I don't remember.
The shit that ties back together in this game, man. Maybe we'll get an indication. Morning, spring.
Like, I want to say Yyyeah, but I'm not confident in that.
Is it just me? Is that my monitor, or is that the game? It's the monitor. There's some flickering pixels on that table.
Oh. I could read the first one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yyyeah called him Yyyeah. I found it in the video. Yyyeah called Iwamine Yyyeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Really?
good morning,
No,
Yyyeah.
Yyyeah. So Yyyeah read the first. So Yyyeah's the first part then.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, good morning, Yyyeah. Sorry to spring this on you, but could you take a look at these?
What is it, sir? You seem excited.
How old is Yyyeah? It's amazing. The healers we got earlier.
Healers? Ah, the Hela cells from last month.
Yeah, them. From the unusually old human.
Aiding science even after death. Can't we at least call the samples by their proper name?
Always been serious like that, Yyyeah. These samples are like sweet lovebirds. Touch them with kindness and they respond beautifully.
Just how many lovebirds do you have again? Perhaps you should call them pet birds instead.
Maybe you're right. Anyway, look at this. We've been looking at the cancer cell immortality.
Yes. Indeed, these results are amazing. You're quite lucky with these things.
It's all about love.
Or intuition.
That too. What the hell is going on?
I'm not sure.
Kawara Ryuji?
Oh, was it actually supposed to be Ryota's father?
That's what my thought was.
Okay.
Then he sounds just like Yyyeah.
That works. He is quite possibly the most gifted researcher alive. He has abilities and intuition that not even he can explain.
Hey, good morning, Yyyeah. Nice weather, huh? Makes me want to go do something outside.
It's already evening. I believe one normally switches to good evening around now.
It's good morning whenever I get up, Yyyeah. Get distracted by things like common sense and you'll miss the greatest discoveries of your life.
Sophistry.
I'm still pretty lost here. Hey, good morning, Yyyeah. Whoopsie, we're low on cash. Here, was this the one?
I didn't ask you to pick it up for me.
Here, take it. It's not like we're running out.
You sound like a pushy salesman.
Your right wing is injured, right? If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
I've been doing fine so far.
Hey, good morning, Yyyeah. Hey, can I say something?
What is it, sir? I am somewhat busy.
Holy shit. The gears are turning in my head while I'm doing this. It's like, wow. You're always busy. If I waited for you to take a break, I'd die of old age before I got to say.
Talking like this gets us nowhere.
Guess what? I had a kid.
I see. Congratulations.
What? You don't have anything else to say?
Not particularly. Reproduction is natural for all living creatures. Of course, were I to become a father, I would feel bad for the child, given my habit of locking myself away in the laboratory. The only bird who I ever recognized. The only one I ever recognized as worthy of my respect.
Hey, good morning, Yyyeah. I brought you something cool.
What is it?
A fossil. Get it. It's huge.
You act like an excited child.
That's because I'm an excited child. There's something on my wall. What is that? Oh, that's okay. Hey, I like geology too. It tempts me with spouse breach. What the fuck is that?
I will carry on your research while you are out then. Go on.
Dang, you're cold. Hey, listen, want to come with me on a business trip sometime? Field observation is fun. My next one's at the start of the month.
While I am interested in your work, sir, I am partway through a fascinating process at the moment. Perhaps another time.
Yeah? I'll invite you next time then. I bet traveling with you would be a blast.
Field observation is not exactly sightseeing. I will make sure to open time in my schedule, though. His last moments were dreadfully anticlimactic. He fell ill with a disease endemic to the island. By the time we returned home, he was so emaciated one could barely recognize him. He had watched as many other birds succumbed to disease. So I was sure that he would die in this examination room, surrounded by his family.
Yyyeah, I always knew this was a possibility.
Yes, sir.
I don't regret the way I did things,
No, sir.
but I just remembered. I do have one regret.
Yes, sir?
I've never done anything a father's supposed to do. I'd promised to take time off for the first time in years. I want you to do me a favor, Yyyeah. If you ever run into my son, can you do something for him in my stead?
A rather vague request.
He's too nice. He'd never ask for something, even if he wanted it.
I suspect he inherited that trait from his father.
Anyway, if you ever happen to meet him, you don't have to go out of your way to find him or anything.
Very well. I shall remember. What is his name?
Ryuta. It's Kawara. Ryuta.
You vanished from my life before I ever told you my feelings. And I've chased your shadow since then. Is this what they mean by quitting while you're ahead? Or was it just cowardice? No matter how I study life, its past, its future, I will never be able to surpass you. And that was my only goal. Kawara Ryota, the son of Dr. Kawara, carrying half his genetic material and otherwise unrelated. But this boy, he may be the only way for me to catch your shadow now.
Okay.
Epilogue?
Probably. Hopefully.
When your father died, my world was altered. One might say that his influence over me grew after death, both for good and for ill. Kawara Ryu, maybe that's... Did he know his father? Probably.
Well, his dad did say, like, you know, take time off in years. I made a promise, so I assume. I don't know though. I guess I'll just read it in like a neutral voice, and whatever happens, happens. Kawara Ryuja. All I can recall of him now is his voice and the color of his wings. Yep. Okay. He rarely returned home, always leaving Mother and me alone. You did this to carry out my father's will?
You misunderstand. This was not just a parting kindness between colleagues. I doubt that there is anyone in this world with a stronger sense of duty than mine. This was his final challenge to me. And you see the result. But your refusal is hardly rational. I was trying only to grant your wish, and had you but accepted, it would be so. Are you dissatisfied with something?
What a fucking nut. A world without strife, where no one will have a loved one stolen from them. That is the world I wish for. Never asked for a world where the human race is killed.
A pity that you did not say so 8 years ago.
Clarify, dipshit.
What absurd contract was this?
There is no power in prayer. I should never have met you. Doctor, my wish ends today. Father is no longer in this world. There is no reason for you to chase after his final will anymore.
Does this mean you are sympathizing with me? Oh, how I have fallen. I can feel his pitying gaze even now. Very well. The contract ends today. And I must admit defeat. It is not over yet. We must open the gate of Tartarus in the depths of the abyss. Please no.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
We only have about 10 minutes until the humans come in from above.
I see you are still alive, gentlemen.
Mental gin.
Mentalgen.
Mr. Leone.
I bring with me all those who had taken refuge in the gym.
Wow, it's like something out of a science fiction movie.
I bet it was built by MVPs.
Shit always fucking happens.
Rad!
Well, I guess no birdie's panicking anyway.
Mr. Shirogane, I will recover Sakazaki's body before I leave. Have no fear.
I am grateful to you.
The exit is no doubt activated by the vital signals of the researchers who work here.
Correct. Do not fear, I shall lead you to it.
Cuckoo! The doctor is even creepier when he's being cooperative!
I do not base my actions on foolish pride or emotion. I carried out an experiment, and I have now obtained the result. I have nothing more to gain or lose here.
What a fucking...
God damn it, Hojo. Is that everyone? Thank God. Shall we go, Kawara? Can you stand?
Yeah. But...
We need to bring End with us. I think everyone else has gone outside. Doctor, I shall not forget what has taken place here. Once we are outside, I shall see that you face judgment. Your words are haughty and immature, as always. Do as you please, if you can. I will indeed. Remember my face, villain. Well, who knows? I find you uninteresting, so I may well forget.